His Excellency Mr. Jorge Rodriguez, Minister of Environment, Energy and Telecommunication of Costa Rica. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Señora Presidenta,
Madam President, distinguished authorities of the world, ladies and gentlemen, I represent a country which, although it has no binding obligations, has committed itself more ambitiously than any other nation, that of converting itself into a greenhouse gas neutral country, hoping that others will also take on their responsibilities to reduce emissions and as well provide resources to developing countries to deal with the social, environmental and economic challenges of climate change. Almost 15 years ago, when we attended the first Conference of Parties of this convention, our country noted the importance of environmental services for carbon capture and mitigation provided by countries with tropical forests. We have promoted aggressive forest conservation policies and those for recovery of forest cover, hoping that through the Clean Development Mechanism, we would get the necessary support to improve developing countries' contributions to global mitigation efforts. This actually didn't happen, though. Forest conservation was not included among agreed activities. This fundamental error led to our country having to continue financing forest conservation and to increase its own resources. Indeed, it had to increase its external debt through loans from multilateral bodies. We think this was a major error because the contribution of the forest sector to greenhouse gases has meant 45 additional gigatons over the last 15 years, which is equivalent to 15 parts per million. I come from a country which has embraced the concept of climate justice and which has established in the Constitution the right to a healthy, balanced environment. To guarantee that right, we established the first carbon tax in a developing country for the last 13 years to generate resources to give financial support to forest conservation policies and recovery of forest cover. This is providing the planet with an environmental service for climate change mitigation. We don't think it fair that our forests should subsidize the costs of climate change. These should be taken on by those who were responsible in the past and those who will be responsible in the future. We recognize progress made in talks on REDD+, which shows the broad support for this important initiative. Our country's experience has shown that forests and forest conservation are one of the best ways of contributing to sustainable development, generating social and economic